I'd like to call to order the Council Conservation Commission meeting for Wednesday, June 26, 2024 at 7:03 p.m. Can I have a roll call, please?
James DeRoyan, present.
James Gates, present.
Pat Dillon, present.
Let's jump the flag, Jimmy. Can we miss one?
No, we're going to stand and do the pledge of allegiance.
Kevin's not here.
I know. If I can do it.
You got it.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being recorded. Is anyone else recording? Chairman's additions and or deletions. We are going to remove reviewing the meeting minutes for 6/12/24. We'll do those to the next meeting. And we are going to add 4.3 in correspondence letter resignation from Autumn Buck. Share report, anything I have to report really is in the agent's report for this period. Did everyone have a chance to look over?
Yes.
The minutes from 5/22.
Okay.
Hi, Autumn. Did anyone have any questions or?
No.
All right, so we need a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes from 5/22/24.
I motion that we accept the minutes from 5/22/24 and not 6/12/24.
I already took that off.
You don't have to worry about it. Okay.
I second that.
Second, can I have a roll call vote, please?
James DeRoyan, yes.
James Gates, yes.
Pat Dillon, yes.
1.7, agent report. Hi, Autumn.
Hey guys. Hi. So this agent report covers dates of June 12th to June 26th. We had building permits sign-offs for 3 Campbell Farm Lane and 9 Turnpike Road. Referrals completed. Looks like we didn't have any referrals. Board of Health interdepartmental signatures, 141 Dudley Road, 18 Coppersmith Way, 9 Pine Street, 35 Adams Road, and 69 Highland Street. We had issued -3 determination for 198 Main Street, and an order of conditions issued for 2 Capricorn Lane and 5 Saunders Road. Applications we have in are for a COC for 158 Fitchburg and an RDA for 198 Main Street. Miscellaneous, I just wanted to touch on the purchases that were approved by the CONSCOM chair. Some of the items that we purchased before the end of the fiscal year were 3 bluebird houses, 2 owl houses, trail markers, and lockers to help maintain our properties and keep our trails safe. We are hopefully going to be installing the bluebird houses over at the soccer fields at Squanicook Meadows. I also wrote a letter to the Board of Selectmen requesting approval for the installation of the bird boxes there.
We're out of season now for the bluebird nest. I don't know if it'd be as good an idea to put them out, seeing as though they've already nested and whatnot.
Yeah, it's late now, but we just had the funding, and so I can wait a little bit to put them up, but
if you want to put them up, put them up.
Yeah.
Jimmy, if you want to wait a bit, you can put them up.
Yeah, I'll help her. Doesn't matter. I have 24 ready to put together. I haven't nailed them together.
Autumn, what else? Did you have anything else?
No, that was it.
What number Coppersmith?
18 Coppersmith Way.
What is that for?
That is for septic. We're actually, let me just check my records here. They also have an RDA application in. It's for septic replacement, I believe.
Yeah, there's a couple on that street that are failed.
Under 15.
18 Coppersmith Way.
Yeah, 18, and then there, I think a neighbor has also
No,
had a fail.
that's short. Mom.
One we have a friend that was in one of the houses. He's pumping his tank and doing laundry at the laundromat. So, all right. So there's an RDA associated with it.
Yep.
So we did it departmental signature without the RDA completed.
Well, we did it acknowledging that there are wetlands in the area. The interdepartmental signature, like that form, is usually used as a way for CONSCOM to communicate with the Board of Health, letting them know if there are wetlands present or not. So I did check off that there are wetlands present and that they need to file with conservation.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Does anyone else have anything they would like to add or discuss?
If I can step in real quick, Autumn, I don't really know what it was about, but if you can just tell them about the grant application that Aaron submitted today for CONSCOM.
Oh yeah, I did want to add that. So it was the Wild and Scenic Council Land Protection Grant. We were waiting on quotes for survey corner markers, and we never got those quotes in. So we ended up using older quotes that we had for different CONSCOM parcels and applied using those because we didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to apply, but we weren't hearing back from the two different survey companies that I was reaching out to.
Did you ever hear back from Greg Roy?
No, I didn't.
How much did we apply for in that grant?
The one quote was for roughly 5,000 and the other parcel was for 2,000. So roughly $7,000.
When's
that goes into our coffers?
No, it doesn't go into our coffers. It goes into
general fund.
No, it's a grant from Nashua River Watershed.
Right.
So, I'm butchering it right now because I'm tired. And you pay directly. You can't. It doesn't go into any of the general funds. When is the grant application due? When was it due?
It was due, I think it was June 14th, possibly. So actually, I'm looking at the application that was submitted because I didn't submit it. I just shared the quote information. So our grant writer came to the determination of requesting $23,000 worth of funding.
You just said it was $7,000.
Yeah, that's what I thought it would be, but I wasn't. I was just
okay.
The go-between and trying to provide information to her that was needed, and then she was the one that actually applied for it for being the grant writer for the town. But
23,000. Interesting.
Well, no, they have funds available for this sort of stuff, and there was no limit.
Yeah, last time we spoke, James, I think you wanted me to get quotes for the 6 largest parcels, which would have been a lot more than $23,000. So I think we came in under what you requested the quote to be.
Well, yeah, and we talked about it last meeting and the meeting before that of examples of what other towns have been awarded. So it's a step in the right direction. Thank you, Autumn. Thank you, Jess, for making sure that that got submitted
and that gal that helped do that planting at the farm, she said the same thing. There's a lot of money available. You know, that's what pays for her, the interns, and those trees that they planted. So that worked out well.
Actually, I do have something to add to the chair report. During this last week, I watered the plants at Adam's stand. So
Yeah. Yep. Sorry that I missed that too. But yeah, shout out to Erin for submitting that grant proposal for us.
Aaron's the new grant writer.
Yes.
Yes.
So it is 7:13. Pat Huckberry is here with from Mass Fish and Wildlife regarding the VFW, or the culvert at the VFW, which is a different parcel. But Pat, if you don't mind introducing yourself, and giving us background and discussion and short-term goals, long-term goals.
Okay.
So people can.
Okay. So I'm Pat Huckberry. I'm here from the Massachusetts Division of Fisheries and Wildlife. I represent the Northeast District, and I come to talk about the VFW culvert repair. I did provide a chronology and brief plan, very brief temporary plan. In May, Travis Judy, who's our stewardship biologist at the agency, met with Jim at the parking lot of the VFW, and there were discussions between the two of them, and one of them was it Gary and you were interested in putting rock out? Yes.
We, you know, from him or whomever, we can get material just to stabilize it, to fill it in so it isn't.
Okay.
Eroding. We discussed that, and then I thought that was a great idea, but I wanted to talk to the Conservation Commission about what that plan is and see what you guys thought about it, and then what do I need to file for the agency as the landowner to make that happen.
Well, why don't we explain what has happened to the culvert, why it has washed out.
It's washed out. I think you've seen the pictures. Okay, you've seen it. Yeah, it's
the culvert is in good condition. The culvert itself. There's a large tree blocking it.
There's a tree, and then it's off kilter from the structure that's the old structure that's in the street.
Okay.
So I'm interested in talking to Jim, if you could talk about it. What would you and Gary do?
We looked at it quickly. I mean, the situation being, I had said, you know, what about a dump truck load of material? Get that covered up for now and stabilized. And in the big picture, is it best for us to do that? I don't mind donating the time with my equipment and whatnot. I just don't want to have to have any responsibility for any ramifications if it doesn't go well, if it doesn't stop the bleeding, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not a hydrologist, you know, but I know the two things that I'm mostly concerned with is an open area like that, and with the water and the rain events we've been having, I think it could go bad.
That is absolutely legitimate.
We can't predict it. Who knows what's going to come through tonight?
We absolutely cannot. Well, then, what would Gary? What were you guys discussing? Like Travis said, it was bringing in like clean rocks, start putting on top, temporary measure, and that's when I said we just need to make sure the Concom is. We need to make sure that we're legally okay in what we're doing. And so to do that, we would do it under some kind of filing, I'm guessing.
Limited notice of intent.
Is that what you would prefer to do it?
Well, yeah.
Just a quick description of what we're going to do, get in, get out.
You also have the culvert's intact.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know it's off kilter, but it's a matter of just restoring the crossing safety reasons with a long-term plan and notifying DEP as part of the limited notice of intent process that there is a long-term plan. This could be what we're looking at. And they will provide feedback. They're very full of feedback right now.
So in other
Well, our
words,
long-term plan would,
Well-
my long-term plan is to
We can
remove
discuss that
that.
in a minute.
Okay,
I just want to, let's just stay on task with what we have here, and then we can talk your long-term plan, because that is something that
ultimately has to be
discussed. There's no
realized.
decisions that are going to be made on the
Correct.
long-term plan.
Mhm.
Really, yeah, so,
What about the tree? Are they gonna try to remove that?
that would have to be removed as part of the,
Yeah, that
because all, that's what caused the diversion, the water around it.
Right.
But also 3 100-year rains in a year didn't help the situation. So,
okay. So step one is removing the tree. Step two is working with Jim and Gary
it's a
to,
straightforward thing.
get-
He would put a dump,
Yeah.
I would call for a dump truck load of fill, which Fish and Game will have to pay for. My labor, I throw in it. I have no
we don't need to
concern.
get into those details.
Correct, but I'm just saying, I want to make sure all my base, we cover everything. But, I just want to make sure I have the blessing through conservation, have the blessing through wildlife, stabilize it for now. I mean, we're only putting a Band-Aid on it for now. Keeping the water from going into a heavy erosion, removing the debris so things flow easy, and that's it for now. From there, it's going to go into you as far as down the road, engineering, the replacement, what the future of it, that comes next. I think the most immediate thing, stabilize it and get it safe. Those are the simplest and the two most important things, I think.
Jessica texted me and said that, you could do an emergency certificate as well. I don't, based on just the past year and a half, I hesitate doing emergency certificates unless there's a culvert that's collapsed in a road or there's something
real
that really
emergency
but if it's
days.
something that the commission, it's not, I'm only one vote. If the commission feels that an emergency certificate is the way to go, also, there's that option. As long as we have a time frame of moving forward. And that is the biggest thing they would push back with. That's what they were pushing back. So, again, I'm only one vote. Kevin's not here, but the rest of,
Jim Gates wishes to add that it's in priority and estimated habitat for state listed species, so it would have to be a co-filing with the Natural Heritage Program at the agency.
So we're going to need to approach natural.
I would
to
do
do a
that.
dump truck load.
as the applicant, yes.
Yeah.
Is there a bypass if we go under an emergency?
That's what I was just
They
about
do.
to ask.
They do have emergency procedures as well.
You're going to have to get out there and do a turtle sweep.
I
Yeah,
always do.
We would do that. So, that's the coordination I see that we'd have to do. But I would handle that and
Yep.
just talk to Heritage about it.
Yeah, they would have to issue a letter. Pat, do you have any thoughts on?
Did you get a chance to look at it?
No, I have not.
It's
I'm
one of
gonna
those
go
easy,
today, but-
you could just drive up to where the orange fence and look in,
Yeah.
One of the
and you'd
requests,
understand.
one of the
I'll do that
requests that was
tomorrow.
made was to make the area safe, and there is snow fence and signage temporarily.
Mhm.
Hope that. In terms of moving forward, I feel that requesting a emergency certificate, if she wants that, request the emergency certificate in writing.
My question is,
Yes.
is it the quickest and the easiest way for simple and basic process? We're moving a couple pieces of old dead wood, putting a dump truck load of material in, filling it, back dragging it, done. And this is just meat and potatoes, real quick, real simple to get things stabilized and secure. That's all.
Yes and no. To really make it a little longer lasting because, well, actually, I'm going to digress and maybe we should talk about your long-term plan. The methods of how to repair it. It's straightforward, fabric and riprap compacted. So water decides to go around the pipe, it has that opportunity, but it's in place.
Yeah.
Granular bank run gravel, processed gravel isn't the right choice because of the
What is it, trap rock?
trap rocks. It's kind of the same as riprap.
Okay.
But you want to big 4 inch.
What, 6+7 minus?
What?
Not like a 6+7 minus in there. Right, okay.
2 inch. And I would ask for 2 inch with that.
I can't design it either, so
Okay.
legally.
I'm just trying to
We're
learn.
not designing anything, we're only stabilizing and securing the area.
Okay.
It's a temporary situation. And like
Pat,
you said,
what is your long-term thoughts on that area?
Probably want to restore stream flow.
To remove the culvert?
Yeah,
so ultimately that will be a non,
it would be a non-issue. It would
it
just
will
be a
be,
stream.
you want the dam to be gone. You want the V to go just to a water flow through the
So
summer.
really, is there a dam still there?
There's minor structures.
Yeah, it's the old, what's left of the dam is still there.
Have you seen the results, or have you, Pat, seen the results of a project like that, the restoration of free flowing?
No,
It's impressive.
So just run it through with me. In other words, that culvert would be, the dam will be gone, culvert will be gone, and you go to a bank structure.
Yep.
Normal water flow bottom.
why was the culvert put in the first place?
When was it put in?
Many years
Well,
ago,
why
Pat,
was it-
it was, before we owned it, it was, there was a camp back in there, like a Boy Scout camp.
Oh, Jimmy can tell us the story. Jimmy, tell us
Okay,
the story.
Did you
No, I
go to
mean,
that camp? It was a Boy Scout camp, right?
No, it wasn't.
No,
That was
it was
just
just a
an
camp?
amenities area. So there would
I think it was
be
chicken barbecue. Or something.
barbecue.
Yeah.
Harvey would cook the barbecue. There would
The
be,
Townsend book, history book tells you.
it does. It's interesting. I mean, we'd go down there. I taught swimming lessons there for years for the Red Cross, and it was something that we would go down on a Saturday night from the house, go swimming, barbecue. There was all kinds of games and amusement stuff. That's why you have the electrical line in over there.
Okay.
It was actually a very
When
nice
I
little
was young,
spot when
I
we were
remember
kids.
fishing that pond with
Sure,
my uncle.
they'd stock it. It would be stocked all the time. And every 4 years, the parks would go in there with the dog, and they'd scrape the bottom and re-sand it. Things are different.
Things have changed, have they not?
So that's the down.
So, but that process takes years to file, do the studies.
Not necessarily. There were changes with the NEPA regs for ecological restoration projects, which is what this would be called under the Wetlands Protection Act. We still have to do water quality cert, 404. We'd have to go through all that, but there's a lot less involved. So it's more streamlined for those projects. And we also, our sister agency is DER, Division of Ecological Restoration. They do this and they also helped us. Do you remember the Millie Turner Dam when that one came out over a couple?
Yeah. I was from the
Okay,
paper
that
mills,
was a
right?
much bigger, so that
Right,
was
huge.
Nissitissit River. That was
Yeah.
huge.
And now they're talking about doing it in Groton, in West Groton.
Yeah, it's not on
By
the property.
the
but-
Vogue,
What?
by Vogue.
Yes.
But that project in Pepper, when they disassembled the dam and that whole process was, yeah. So in other words, you
I
do an
guess what I'm
in-depth study.
saying-
What about, because it's not just the V, that goes across 119 and you have a whole swamp out beyond that also. What does that do to that ecosystem?
I don't know, we need
I
to.
mean, that has to be something that goes into consideration,
It
I
all
assume.
is, yeah.
It's a domino thing.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I got worried about if we get heavy rains, that breaks, you have all that water that's up in the
Well,
swamp
I already
beyond
had-
one.
Technically, it's already broken.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember that pond filling up a couple years ago. I was like, huh, what happened?
Well,
They were ice skating on it again.
yeah.
And then last winter, didn't get cold enough, but the pond really never floated back up.
No, it's been
It's all broken, yeah.
intermittent for quite a while.
So,
So,
now we know why. So
I've already talked about long-term with civil engineers that we work with at Office of Fishing and Boating Access. And they're gonna be taking a look at that with us, Travis and I, come next fiscal year, which is in July. So we're gonna get the ball rolling. And then I'm gonna be talking to our sister agency, Division of Ecological Restoration, and see if they could fit us in. It's fairly small. I mean, it's on the scale of what they
It
do and
is.
what we did at Millie Turner, it's small. But it still requires steps, regulatory steps to go through. I don't think it will take a year. Millie Turner Dam took 5 years, but that was before the ecological restoration section of the Wetlands Protection Act regs was added.
when you say it took 5 years, it was 5 years of, as far as the paperwork generating it
Feasibility study, outreach.
to
and
get it
education.
to fruition and to do the job took how long?
It was 5 years in total. Once we got to, the permitting is done and we had the funding in place, and we were,
So for 5 years, it takes one
It
month
doesn't
to
take-
do a job.
it does not take that long anymore.
No,
It doesn't, that's
That's
supposed to be
interesting.
old history, Jim. That's not
Yeah.
supposed to happen anymore.
we,
Anyway,
we know how
so
that
I
goes.
don't think horribly long. It's just for us, I mean, part of what I have to do is, I have to get the funding together, get everybody on the same page, who's gonna do what, and then I have to take it to the permitting.
I'm just going to throw this out there for the commission. I feel that. Was it yours or was it?
It was my phone.
Okay. There's been times that people have raised
Sorry
their
about
hands
that.
and I don't see
Sorry
it.
about that.
And I feel bad. So my thoughts are, because you've already done some forethought on what the long-term goal is, and it's achievable. I think you request in writing the literacy certificate to stabilize the area, and then at the same time submit a letter of intent as part of it, so that DEP knows what you intend to keep in the next 20 months, realistically. And better to say that. But those are my thoughts. I don't know, Pat, Jim.
Let's keep it simple, straightforward, get some
Yeah,
material down there
Yeah,
and stabilize it.
I agree.
That's all there is. I just don't see dragging out more than there needs to be here. We understand what the long term.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on?
I think the emergency permit is a good idea, because I think that we can do it more quickly, because Travis and I can go right out with Jim and right out with Gary. And quantity, I just needed the quantity of riprap, and then I have to buy it.
Straightforward,
Boom, but it's the problem, procurement for us is just horrible.
meaning
Hopefully, getting the gravel, sometimes
You
getting
should have
gravel
a
is,
list of state approved vendors.
we do, but they haven't been responding.
worst comes to worst, I can reach out.
So that's
Find
a
material,
detailed
that's
thing.
easy. I don't find that the least
But
That's
this,
a detailed thing.
correct.
Again-
Minor detail.
okay,
Again,
we'll talk, we'll talk with
Mhm.
Gary, okay?
if you, Jessica, Autumn, please course correct if I'm going down the wrong road here. But Fisheries and Wildlife will submit a request for emergency certificate for the work to be completed, and then also submit a letter of intent to us and DEP at the same time, just so they have a little blur.
Okay. Then I know.
They like to know what's going on.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
As you know, with dealing with
Yes, I
other
do.
culverts, which is a big thing.
Just,
Yeah.
Autumn, hi.
Hey, yeah, no, I think that's a good plan of action, and almost thinking about the dam removal project. I know it could be like a longer timeline, is kind of separate from the stream crossing, right? So if you choose to repair the culvert or go with an NOI or the restoration permit to try and put in the stream crossing standards, you can do the dam removal separate from that. I mean, I know you might want to do that together, but so.
Yeah, I don't think we're trying to meet this.
Yeah, that's a down the road.
If the goal was to replace the culvert, that's when you cross that road.
The goal isn't to replace the culvert.
Exactly.
Ultimately, the goal is to
Remove
it and bring it back to a natural setting.
But there would still be a stream crossing at that location if you remove the culvert, correct?
No.
No, they want to remove the culvert and the dam structure, which is minimal.
Okay, so there would be no access to the land in that area then for hikers.
Unless you walk down the bank, across the water, up the other bank.
Okay.
Is there really ultimately that many trails back there? I will. Always in the back of my head is fire protection.
You still have access through the backside of the VFW.
The VFW connects up to it.
Right, you still have accessibility.
Yeah. Thanks for clearing that up. I must have missed that in the discussion.
It's okay.
Thanks.
Use bulldozers for fire lines for a reason.
Yeah.
But
great.
That's always the
emergency accessibility is still available there. So that I don't think is anything to worry about.
Do you have anything you want to?
No, I
add, ask.
No, just listening to all you guys and what it's like, but I will go and take a look more on and stuff.
Yeah, just so you understand what you're looking at, why I got concerned with, because that was an area when we were kids, we would just go ripping right through there on our bikes, right to the other side. And there's very little, if anything. You've got one little washed out road that'll take you out to the river.
It's not much. Right?
It's not much.
There's a picnicking area back in there.
No, that's a days gone by. That's all.
That's not there anymore either?
No, that's all melting into the area now.
Right.
And if anything,
the water we had last year, it's probably gone. So
feel bad for these guys, these people out west. That dam breaching and everything.
Yeah, they got a couple inches and a lot of mud. So okay. So I understand. So it's an emergency certificate that I will file along with the letter of intent.
Yep.
And then I submit that to the Conservation Commission. We're going to be talking to, Jim and Gary and Travis will be involved in that. I'll do the writing of the request. We submit that and then
so this is the other part that is a challenge because it has bit us in the butt in the past. Once you issue the emergency certificate, is it 30 days?
Yeah. Once we receive an emergency certificate, we have to respond within 24 hours. And then you have 30 days to complete your work.
So you have to, no, Jimmy.
I understand where you're going with it. Right.
Get that? This is the.
I'll get the duck lined up. I'm not worried about.
But it has to be clean. There's a reason for it. So get all your material, get everything, all your ducks in a row.
Then
have that equipment there.
Then file.
Then email
Okay,
I agree. I understand where you
Call,
with that
call and
point.
email.
I got the order.
Because
I see.
it's, yeah, we've had this discussion with
We can,
DEP about
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's easy. Travis can give me a jingle.
yeah, he knows how to find you.
Right, that's easy.
Everyone knows how to find it. You don't go far.
Yeah, local,
Oh,
which is
so,
good. That's
okay.
fine. Look,
God, this is great. This is great.
you know, we can get this out of the way quick and easy. I don't
Again,
like a lot of complications to simple
It's just-
things. I don't. You know that, Jeanette.
I know. So that's such a, it's a small detail thing, but you have to like have everything ready to go, everything warming up, and then pull the trigger because if you
Right.
don't,
Let's do that.
It comes
Let's,
right
I
back.
reckon it's a big deal. So,
it is a
That's
big deal
fine.
because we get a
I hear
phone
you.
call and have to discuss it.
I hear
with them.
you. I hear you.
And they're scary.
Good.
right, we don't need that. All right, so
Anything else for me?
no,
I don't-
you've got a
Okay,
long
we
ride
will-
home.
We'll be
Go.
in touch, okay?
Yeah, and
Thank you for
you,
joining
Thank
us.
you. Thank you. That was so helpful. It was very helpful.
we needed some extra bodies today, man. Kevin's gone, Autumn's gone, so it was good to kind of have
was-
somebody here.
This is great.
I thought it was good.
Very helpful. I really am.
And like I said,
Grateful.
Travis knows what call me. I will talk to you. We'll get the material lined up.
We don't want to complicate things.
Right. And my machine is just this
Thank
far away from the
Thank
house.
you. Nice seeing you.
I
Thank you,
can-
Jim.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We enjoy working with Fish and Game.
It's great. It's great.
We enjoy working with anyone,
Oh.
but it's just a matter of
We just needed to get on the right page, the same page and the legal page. I'm feeling like I have a path now. I feel good.
No worries.
Okay.
No worries. There's no
Okay,
worries.
I
No
don't know how
worries.
much I worry.
well.
Anyway, all right,
I'm
thank
just happy
you.
because I don't have to hear about it.
Right?
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Travis.
Thank you so much. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
All right. That wasn't too bad.
Be recorded, man. What?
Hi, Autumn.
Hi, Jim.
She's like
She does.
glowing. It's
Yeah,
a
I
big
know.
glow going
She's
on.
having,
How are you feeling, by the way?
Better. Thank you.
Okay, good. I was concerned when I heard you had COVID.
Yeah. I think my boyfriend got it worse, but yeah.
Okay,
he's a guy.
well.
Is everyone good with what we discussed?
Yes.
Yeah,
You should be able to.
Yeah.
I saw you at the fire station today too.
Yes. This is taking pictures.
so that's all done. All right,
All right,
next.
let's move on. 3.1. Request for COC TWB 2024-180 DEP number 308-0699 158 Fitchburg Road. Septic system was replaced. Septic system replacement took place within a 100-foot buffer. This was last spring that the work, or last summer the work was done. They ultimately, it was a flip house. They sold it.
Okay,
And unfortunately, the new owners inherited the
and
order of conditions.
not completed, in other
It
words.
is completed now.
But what I'm saying, they have to finish. They have to sign off on the order.
They're requesting it to be signed off for a completed order of conditions.
Okay.
Has everyone driven by it?
Yes, I have.
I have many times.
Bring me.
And I slowed down and looked.
Bring
And
me.
it's all coming.
Yeah.
It's across. It's sat vacant for several years. It's across from Clement Road almost on 13.
Okay.
Left side if you're going to
Is it the
Lunenburg.
little house that was empty?
Set down, has a U-shaped driveway.
And it was empty for the
Yeah.
longest time, and they just finished it up and it's all done?
Yep.
Got it, all right, where it is, yep. And actually, it was nice to see that come back to life.
So
It's stable, everything, and there's
yeah, it's
somebody
all
in
grown
there,
grass.
it looks good.
I think they added more loam seed. I believe the homeowners on.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, it looks good and
everything looks stable, everything looks to be in good order, you know?
yes.
All right.
Looks a lot better.
So,
What do you want on this? We're not doing a
Well,
site walk or anything,
we're
are we?
supposed to.
That's what I was wondering. If
We're supposed to.
it's up to you. I'm familiar with it. You know,
I don't.
It's-
Time wise, it's tough. What?
I can go. So.
You can go?
Yeah.
and if it's that you want a site walk, can we go out there separately? Or do you want us all together to go to look at it quickly?
I think it's. Hi, Autumn.
Hi. If so,
Now
we're
to go visit or go meet with the owner and if Pat can take pictures. I think that it'd be better for us to put this off to our first meeting in July. Pat can go out and meet with the homeowner so that we can fill in that section of the form for someone that is picky. She must be folding laundry.
oh, Jess. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, sure.
No, I'm listening. That's a question on the form that you need to fill out.
And we're following the rules.
Thank you.
Kind of. All right, call for a site walk.
Or do you want to go to the sidewalk?
I
Or
can
are
be
you
there
okay with-
anytime. That doesn't matter. Whatever you want.
Autumn, can you please schedule a sidewalk for this for 158 Main Street so that any commissioners that would like to see it, they can. And whoever goes has to take pictures.
I can do that. Send them. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Anytime for me. It doesn't matter.
How's
Just let
your,
me know. Yeah, I don't have any plans. I mean, I'm not sure when I'm going to get the car, Friday or Saturday, but that doesn't matter. I mean,
Okay.
just
And it
Tell
looks
me
like it's a
when and
relatively easy,
go.
accessible area. It doesn't look
Yeah.
like there's
All right.
over the river and through the
nope, Pat's
woods.
been there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi. I see the homeowner is on the Zoom right now too. You don't need to turn your camera on or anything, but I know with this one, the wetlands go like into the side yard. This was the one where the previous owner had installed the sump pump to discharge directly out into the wetland. So you guys had
It
them
was
cut
dry well.
that
It was
discharge.
dry.
That's dry well, yeah. But anyway, so I think it would be educational for it to meet on site so that we can give whatever commissioners go the site plan so that the new homeowner can see where the extent of the wetlands are, and just be educated a little bit on what activities are allowable due to the setting of the backyard and the house.
And so living in the wetlands, and he's 100 foot in.
No.
He's in the 100 foot.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure I have an idea what we're doing. All right. Site walk, time, date. We can't do it. Autumn will call us.
Autumn.
Yeah, I'll set up another one. I know I wasn't able to go to the one the other day, and then James wasn't either. So I'll set up another one and then let you guys know.
Edwards.
Huh?
Was that Edwards Road?
Where?
She was
It's on
talking.
Fitchburg.
I know Fitchburg, right? But what was the one other site walk
that
we
was
missed?
it.
This was it. Yeah, I had to cancel it. It was yesterday. I wasn't in the office, so.
Something he talks about yesterday.
I didn't know about one either, did I? I didn't get
I think
anything.
that for compliance site walks like this in the past, Jessica had not invited the commission, and so I think I checked with her that and if I can provide photos to you guys, given how much time. Yeah, I don't know if
Okay.
Jessica, I know that we discussed it a few days ago, that specific site. So I don't know if it's.
Yeah, it's up to the commissioners. I mean, sort of the process that I just started, because I know it's impossible to schedule with everybody, was I would go do a compliance inspection. If I saw any red flags, then at the next meeting, I would recommend that instead of approving the COC, we would instead do a site visit with the cons that you guys could all consider. So it's kind of a two-step measure if needed. So if you want to just designate Autumn to visit sometime early next week, that's fine. And if she sees any red flags, then we can set up something with everybody.
So Autumn will do a reconnaissance. She'll get back to us.
So what it comes down to is there has to be an inspection. The homeowner has to be there.
Mhm.
Property owner has to be there. And we have to be able to fill that in on the completed order of conditions form with a date that we did that. If we do not have an actual meeting with the homeowner, we technically can't fill out the form.
And sign it off.
Despite driving by and seeing it.
So Autumn
I've
is,
driven by, I don't know how many times.
But Jim,
I'd
I'd like you and Pat to go to the site since it sounds like you would prefer to go in person. I would like you two to go, if that's what you would prefer.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's
Anytime
fine.
we go on a sidewalk, we have a better idea of the meeting, we can get through it quicker. Simple as that. We have
Sounds
a
good.
better idea of it
Yeah.
and just get through it.
I'll
Tell me
set
what
it up
time.
and let you guys know.
I'll be there.
Okay,
Sounds good.
Thanks, Autumn.
sure.
Sidewalk to be determined. So, okay.
We good. We'll set up a time.
To be determined, she can't.
Perfect.
We'll wait for Autumn around her schedule, right?
So that is going to be, we will put that on our July 10th meeting,
July 10th.
but try to get there next week. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.2, review and discuss Townsend Hazard Mitigation Plan municipal vulnerability preparedness plans call to action. We have talked about this in the past. Autumn, can you pull this up? I don't have it. A printout and
Okay, does someone want a screen share?
Autumn, do you mind? Yeah, Autumn, please.
Yep.
Okay, hold on, please.
Mhm. Stand by.
Okay, Autumn, you should now be able to screen share.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this should look familiar. I know you've gone over it in the past. With Jessica.
Jimmy wasn't here when. Pat, do you remember doing this? We kind of ran through it last time because I think we had a heavy meeting.
So this is in reference of emergency flooding.
Yeah, and then the role that conservation plays in that.
Mhm.
Right, Jess? Am I butchering that? I don't think I am. I think I've got it pretty.
What?
So
Sorry, say it again.
there's a lot of different
So
aspects
the
of it then, all right.
hazard mitigation plan is essentially to outline each board, commission, committee's role or department's role in a emergency situation.
That's a part of it. So I'll just read that cover letter memo. I just put a little summary as to what this thing is. So the HMP MVP, the hazard mitigation planning, is a proactive process used to systematically identify policies, actions, and tools that can be used to reduce the dangers to life and property from natural hazards. Climate adaptation planning recognizes that climate change will exacerbate the vulnerabilities and risks associated with natural hazards. The town of Townsend completed a planning process focused on both hazard mitigation planning and climate adaptation, which provides a robust assessment and implementation plan to build the town's resilience. So within this giant document is a table, essentially like an implementation table of action items that designate implementation parties responsible. So CONSCOM does have a few that I would like for you to review and just provide updates on where things stand.
Autumn, can you pull that table up for us? That is currently your conservation, please, and thank you.
Right.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This isn't in order either. It's right.
No, it's not really. I mean, it's ordered by the objective and the mitigation actions. So there are several sort of different disciplines that cross over you guys and other parties too. But for ease of use, the that far right column, the column that actually has blue written in it, is what CONSCOM wrote in 2022. So you can target that way.
You wrote so much.
What did we do?
I get it.
Okay, so there's some.
Sorry, I was muted. Do you guys have any updates or know of any of these items that any updates on these items since you've been on the commission? Because this is new to me also.
Now,
I have to review it. Jess, is there?
it would be good to have that paper right in front of us.
Yes,
So
yes.
this isn't helping looking at it jumping. I get the gist of, is it a fire situation within the
Right. No,
flood?
I understand it.
There's a different situations
You don't have it printed
cast
off,
differently.
it's fine if you don't. I didn't get a chance to do it. Jessica, is there a date that this is due by?
I requested August 2nd. But it's not just you guys, it's everybody who's in that implementation column I'm requesting responses from. So the sooner the better, so that I'm not ambushed on August 1st.
So it's police, fire, tree warden.
Yeah.
All different entities in town. Okay. August 2nd. So we're gonna need to get going on some of that in comments.
Forest health assessment, wildfire risks.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I get it.
there could be a good deal of it that is not, that comments aren't needed, but then there are things that we are going to have to, add to it. Zoning bylaws to protect wetlands. I can't stand that sort of stuff. What does that? Hold on, Autumn. Go back up to the zoning bylaws thing. I was just getting grumpy. But what did we write? I can't see it.
Ongoing work to update
bottom.
the
Yeah, right there. What's
Townsend
that?
wetland bylaws. Right? Ongoing work to be updated. Update the Townsend wetland bylaws.
Yes, we did that last year.
You did do that.
But this says strengthen zoning bylaws, which does not.
It's a little confusing because, Autumn, if you just scroll up to the first row on that same page that you're on, the CONSCOM's bolded responsibilities to increase public awareness of the Scenic Roads Act and on benefits of trees. But the planning board is actually the implementer of the Scenic Roads bylaw. So unfortunately, I think some of these are a little bit inaccurate too.
A little? Okay. I'm gonna say this, we can discuss, we can print out copies for all of us for next meeting. We can
This isn't
discuss it,
helpful.
but
And then we should
we
be able
can't
to put
change the
notes.
plan though, so we still
Can
have
we
to
not put notes in the right-hand
We can.
column about that and see what the feedback? Does this get CC'd to all the different departments, ZBA, planning, board of health, police
So
department, fire?
they
Yeah,
I mean,
just sent it to them and is requesting an update on the status.
it's an
So
annual update that,
So they've got the same August 2nd update. They've all been CC'd this. I would like to have that in my hand so I can better look at it, not have it scrolling up and down and up.
so the other boards and commissions have been tasked with the same thing to update their sections.
Yeah,
But
Should have printed it.
what that,
I said I should have printed that one.
no, it's fine. You think about, or you read what is written and the responsibility it's put on, it doesn't make
John,
sense.
it doesn't.
It's outside our jurisdiction so many ways.
Well, realizing ZBA is the one that would actually fine somebody for taking down a stone wall on one of the roads.
Right, it's not us. Nothing with the historic road.
Why are we fining Phil
So this was done-
up
this-
on West Meadow Road about him punching through those stone walls?
That's not us. Sorry, I'm trying to get something out. This was done during COVID,
Mhm.
so and that's just an excuse, I guess. I don't understand that this. I'm lost now because it doesn't make sense.
No, like she had just said, they don't jive. I think we need to be able to look at it, physically read it,
But
have some degree of questioning to it, make notes, and CC it to the department that's responsible to it. And it should be, let's just
so
stay
okay, so is that
doing
allowed?
what we need to do with conservation, you know?
Jessica, in autumn, can our comments reflect that?
If it doesn't belong to us to point out which department it
Well, I
does.
think maybe if there was mistakes in the past and someone commented on an item that I'm not sure doesn't relate, but I know that there are a lot of updates that we could include in here, like
Okay.
development for bank restoration and stabilization. I know you guys did work and planted trees on the bank of, you know.
Write that right now.
So-
Just change. Please write it in and just change the color so that it,
Can she deviate from that?
No,
I
she
can't edit this doc. I'll figure it out, but I'll write down that as one of the items and I'll go through and
I take that as a document.
I know, and if you guys have things to add, you can definitely bring them up at next meeting and include them with the document you send to Jessica.
Okay. All right,
Autumn,
I
can
got
you
it.
not? I thought I set that so that people can just type right in. Can you not?
Oh yeah,
Okay, just in case. Okay, cool. I don't know if I messed up the settings, but never mind. All right.
Just change your color, Autumn, so that it's known that it's something
All right.
else.
Um,
Well, then
It's
we're gonna
okay. She can do it another time. That's fine. But
Right.
Um,
Right.
growing
Right.
pains for SharePoint. But
I
if
just
you
don't want-
if you guys could just sort of review the list
Yep.
prior to that next meeting so that we can be efficient. And then if you do see some areas, that are inconsistent with what's under your jurisdiction, let me know so that I can relay it on to the correct board or staff or department.
Emergency management, planning and development.
Okay,
Yep. I think what Jessica said makes better sense.
so
for us to
Autumn,
have it.
that document you're using, can you just make sure it stays in that SharePoint file folder so that maybe Jimmy will figure out how to log in or, open it.
yeah, he's shaking his head, but I know he will. He'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll leave it in there for you guys.
Yeah, leave that, all of it. Okay,
All right.
thank you. And then that way, if you want to add, or if you please can add stuff, that would be helpful, and we can go through it and print it and discuss it.
Hard copy.
Definitely. I'll add stuff when you guys if you have.
a hard copy, Jimmy.
Thanks. Well,
Sure.
I mean, what she's got on the screen we'll have so we can
Yes.
edit it, digress it, make some comments to the side.
Pat, does that sound good for you?
Yeah, yeah,
And if you could print it, review it, and then bring in what you think.
yeah.
I will get Jimmy a printed copy so he can look
I
at
gotta
it.
bob up to the
And I
office
can
and drop a
do the
letter
color
off
for
tomorrow.
mine. So-
Yep. You have to work.
I gotta drop a letter off to Jessica tomorrow, so I'll pick a
You're
letter.
resigning.
Oh, no, I wasn't talking. Can't do that, can we?
So in this SharePoint, no thanks. In this SharePoint folder, I've also included the entire HMP MVP report. Again, it's like several hundred pages.
Wow.
So if you guys want to read that, you don't have to print it, but we also have one hard copy in the land use office too, if you'd like to peruse in your spare time.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to read
And I had a quick question about how other boards and committees maybe go about updating that, because I just saw CC's comments in there. So if you could maybe share how other boards and committees are doing that and sharing how they're following.
Well, no one has. Like was mentioned, this plan was created in 2020 and 2021. I think all efforts were done remotely. So it was approved by, so ultimately these reports get submitted to FEMA, and it makes municipalities eligible for certain grant funding for natural hazards. But each of these plans, like the table that you're looking at, it comes with, I think it's a 5-year plan, and it comes with actions for your community to adopt or to work toward to become more climate resilient and proactive to natural hazards. Due to COVID and then due to just poor staffing in the land use office, this plan has just sat completely stagnant for 2 or 3 years. So
you were the only ones that provided comment in 2022?
We were. Congratulations. Yes.
Yeah. So maybe next time we're making purchases or looking for volunteer opportunities, we can refer back to this and see what might align so that, we can work towards that goal.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
It's a good idea, Autumn, actually.
Well, in that also with the outdoor or the open space and rec, this should be part of our goals.
Yeah, I think the Bluebird House might fall under this for wildlife habitat.
Oh, absolutely.
Same with the owl houses.
Absolutely.
Same with the owl houses. And some of the signage too. So we're getting there. And referring back to these documents is what is going to guide the current and future commission.
Sure.
But if we don't provide adequate
Guidance and direction.
Comments,
right. We're not going to have good guidance and direction for the next group. Yep. Yes.
So we have to think of not just right now, but a year or 5, 10 years down. When
we're just not going to be here forever, Jim. We're going to sooner or later.
Yeah, team. I like it.
Okay. 8:06. Let's keep going. We're doing good.
It's phenomenal. Would be the word. Adjourn?
No, not yet.
Good
try. 4.1 Planning Board request for comments for application at 108 Fitchburg Road. Autumn, can you please read that?
Yeah, get us to 108.
I can read it. I just have to pull it up.
What's going on here? 108 Fitchburg Road. I'm not in the loop.
Well, I'm waiting to see if Autumn, did you hear me? Or you looking? Or
she's looking. She's looking.
Sorry, I was muted. Here it is. Bringing it up. It's for stormwater management permit at 108 Fitchburg Road.
Everybody felt.
That's the little farm he's got there with the farm.
It's sorry to interrupt. It's stormwater, but more primarily it's for age restricted development. And it just triggers the stormwater standards.
Just past where Baker built those age restricted houses.
The proposed project involves the construction of a 3 new 2-unit residential building.
No.
I'm using that as the
Reference.
Yep.
And
going towards Lunenburg more.
yeah.
Bill bought a house that had also sat vacant for many years. That he's going to do age restricted housing, which isn't a bad thing in my opinion. Autumn, is there any wetlands on that parcel?
So it's a raw parcel.
Not that I know of. I'd have to look into it. You can look into it real quick. Let me look.
So in other words, the house is going to be built into that.
I don't know.
You know, ramps, chairs, accessibility, et cetera, et cetera.
Which house are we talking about?
It's an old existing house that he's going to change over into.
I don't know if it's a tear down or what.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to define. What is it?
Is it a tear?
It's an existing house. Is it to be modified into?
There's an existing house that's going to be split into 2 units, and then 3 new 2-unit buildings are going to be constructed. But yes, because it's age restricted housing, they do have certain requirements to make it more accessible.
Door width, ramping.
Right. Yeah. Like one entrance without any steps, things like that. Yeah.
Correct. There's just a litany of different requirements involved in that type of construction. And I didn't know if they were going to cater to the particular ailment or problem the person might have.
What house is that?
No, it's just 55 and up.
So
Okay, I got you.
it is. Do you know the new condos they just built?
Yep.
It is. Is it past it going towards Lunenburg on the same side?
Yeah.
It's an old
It's right
farm.
before. It's like 2 houses before Emory.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's that old place
Okay.
that was a mess for a while, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
and sat
And
again vacant.
and the lady used to do all the animals there. It was a zoo for a while.
Nope, that's past. It's past that.
It's
Or before.
I think it is that one.
No, it's not. It's not.
It
that
isn't. All right. Well, I'll know by tomorrow anyway better.
one.
No wetlands present.
So the existing house is going to be split into a duplex per se, and then there's going to be 2 other duplexes built on that configuration of property there. How much land?
3 others. Autumn, there's in that SharePoint from Beth, there should be a site plan if they're interested. But
there
yes,
is.
if there's no wetlands present, whatever's happening is outside your jurisdiction. So
Right. We have nothing to do with it.
you would have your standard no comment. But yeah, if you guys are just interested in general, otherwise we have all the plans in the office too. So Jim, if you stop in tomorrow, I can walk you through them.
Do we have access to the site plans on the SharePoint?
I'm looking right now.
I think it was a hyperlink in her referral form.
Okay.
Jessica, question. When Phil goes in to build something of this caliber, is he in a position where he has less restrictions to deal with due to what he is building it for? Whether it would be he still has to work in the same parameters, whether or not it's for disabled veterans or this particular.
Right. There's a few. It's alleviated a little bit with zoning. You don't have to have like the 2 or the 3 acre minimum lot size.
Obviously, because that's
we
why
have an age restricted bylaw. So there's a few different sort of dimensional standards that makes a property eligible for age restriction. But otherwise, it has its own standards and site plan, and there's special permit requirement and stormwater, septic, the works.
Okay.
Oh boy. So that hyperlink doesn't even work. Trying to save or get it so I can sign it for you guys, but whatever.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, there's no wetlands on the property? No, no.
No, but if you'd like to see the site plans, we're getting them.
I couldn't access them though. That's the only thing.
I think it's a different one, Autumn.
Okay.
The site plan, the age restricted development site plan dash 108 Fitchburg Road. The third from the bottom.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then I think it's page 2 or 3 that you're going to want to go to.
So I just clicked on the hyperlink in that Word document from planning board and wouldn't let me. It said folder was empty.
Oh, maybe you don't have access or.
Well, then I recommend that we might change that, especially if I have to do more of this stuff. So, okay, that's fine. You'll have to print it off and I'll have to sign it, or I'll print it off at
I
home.
think when I went on it, it said it was empty, the folder.
Yes, that's what.
Okay, yeah. For some reason, Jess, this is what I'm bringing. Nothing's showing up when I'm opening up the site plan document. Maybe I'm just accessing it wrong though. It could be something I'm doing.
Are you on the site plan one?
Yep. So here I'm on site plan.
Type of housing in town. So.
Yeah, I think there is. I think there's a need in general for it.
It's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Beth is out of the office until next Wednesday, so she has all the edit powers for this, guys. So if you're comfortable, okay, never mind. Beth is out of the office until next Wednesday, but if you're comfortable taking our word for it and putting no comment, then
I can't.
That's what we can move forward with. But if not, we can. Oh, this is on the July 8th planning board agenda, so they'll want comments before then. I could
document the site plan within.
I wonder if I have a different version of it somewhere. Just hang tight.
We're good.
No comment.
Well, I can't sign it. I don't have it.
Right.
But I will figure it out.
But at this stage of the game in the meeting, there's really no comment.
Correct, because it's outside our jurisdiction, and we're all on the same page with that. And
right.
We'll get it to them for their next meeting. Good, grand, good.
Yeah. Yeah. Simple.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut it short.
No, we're on overtime right now. It's 8:15 right now. I want to go home and watch Gunsmoke.
Oh my god!
I know.
My grandmother keeps saying there's nothing on TV anymore.
I don't know why. Yeah,
Gunsmoke still is. I've seen it. I've found it.
Yeah, for some strange reason, I landed onto it a couple of weeks ago. I just started laughing. Oh, how many years ago was it? You know.
So 4.2 we've already discussed. I'm not going to rehash that. 4.3. Autumn has submitted her letter of resignation. Her last day will be next Wednesday. Autumn, if you choose to read the letter, you can, but it was short and sweet and to the point. I'm very sad to hear that you're moving on from us.
Me too.
Yeah, sorry guys. It's been a journey. It's been a good time. You guys were very welcoming, and I really enjoyed my time with the commission.
If we increase your rate, would that help you?
Can we do that?
It would be great if we could discuss that, but it's not.
Why don't we just vote for like a $20 pay increase right now? I'll motion.
Oh, I was gonna go 50. It's gonna be nice and really make her stay.
Yeah, well, let's just wing it. We can do that. We have a lot of different.
You guys are good at that.
Bigger and better things. You got to be happy where you're going. Got to be happy where you are.
Yeah.
All right, Autumn. Thank you for the time that you devoted to us. The stories that you've listened to from all of us, and your patience. It is for Appreciated.
You gotta admit, Kevin and I have some decent stories. I
You
mean,
guys
you know-
all have good stories.
You know, they're true too.
Yeah. And I got Kevin's fishing spots too, so.
Yeah, Kevin has no secret. He cannot keep secrets. Some things you don't let out 2 or 3 year, you know. Anyway.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Autumn. Very nice working with you.
Nice working with you too, Harvey.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Items for discussion at the next meeting, the completed order of conditions for 158 Main Street, the HMP and MG, 2024 comments, I'll call it. We're gonna print those. Pat's gonna print it out and do hers. Jimmy, I will print you a copy.
Yeah.
And get it to you. And there is an RDA for a shed down in the harbor, and I'm sure other stuff will come up. So next meeting is July 10th and July 24th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Board of Select Chambers, 2nd floor. Meeting will also be held via virtual Zoom. It is 8:19 p.m. Can I get a
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Second, roll call vote, please.
James Ryan, yes.
James Gates, yes.
Pat Gilmore, yes.